Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are again
Good
with
afternoon.
Fire Safe Bharat series. Today we are having a very different personality, Mr. Chandar Sethi, who is the consultant IIT engineer in petrochemical and OISD specialist. So now for detail, I am handovering this dais to Mr. Chandar Sethi to get more insight about him as well as what today he is planning to present on this platform. So over to you, Chandar Sethi sir. Welcome to you on this platform, Fire Safe Bharat.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my experience on this subject with all of the very well educated and highly experienced persons like all of you. My full name is Chandar Mohan Sethi, and I used to be in Bombay. Now shifted for a few years to Pune, and I am basically a petroleum engineer and also a fire protection engineer from USA. Way back in 80s, I completed my engineering degree, and I've been with Indian Oil, General Manager, Fire Safety. I was heading this department. And last many years, I've been doing fire safety consultation, and I have a lot of friends in oil industry, fire industry, everywhere in India and abroad. So it's a great opportunity to be with all of you. So experiential learning and sharing knowledge from each other helps us to always improve. So may I start my presentation now on fire services responder, first responder to oil gas fires on road. Why I selected this topic to start with, I have many other topics with me during my experience with oil industry, chemical, petrochemical.
Sethi sir, there is an option full screen. Full screen option will be there.
Full screen.
In at bottom slideshow or something like that on presentation.
F11, just F11, F11.
F11 or you can press F11. There is a slideshow I am seeing on the percentage part. Oh. Your नीरज फिर से गाइड करना पड़ेगा, स्क्रीन आउट हो गया है, वो फुल शो स्क्रीन स्लाइड शो करने के चक्कर में कुछ गलत बटन दब गया है, तो एक बार फिर से गाइड
सर आने दीजिए, पहले चेक इन हो जाए उसके बाद करते हैं।
हाँ थोड़ा उनको बता देना।
He is coming. Discuss with him.
Okay.
सेट्टी साहब ज्वाइन हो गए आप? यस।
सर अब राइट साइड पे नीचे देखिए सर, एक अपना वो कप जैसा बना हुआ है, कप जैसा। ये नहीं सर, ये नहीं, इसके बाजू में और आइए, लेफ्ट साइड में थोड़ा लेफ्ट में आइए, बस वॉल्यूम के जस्ट बाजू में, हाँ कीजिए,
बस
हो गया सर।
now it is full screen. Please continue, CM Sethi sir.
सर म्यूट पे हैं।
Sethi sir, please unmute.
एस्केप बटन दबाइए तो सर, एस्केप 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 अपना। ओके, अब देखिए सर, आपका अनम्यूट वाला बटन, नहीं नहीं सर,
अरे भाई स्पेस बार दबाइए, स्पेस बार, तो उससे म्यूट अनम्यूट हो जाता है। जस्ट प्रेस द बार, स्पेस बार। जस्ट नाउ आई ट्राइड माइन।
सर अनम्यूट तो एडमिन भी कर सकते हैं।
स्वास्तिक अनम्यूट कर दो ना। स्वास्तिक
नहीं, वो खुद ही कर सकते हैं, यहाँ से नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं हो रहा। इस उनको अभी बताया था ना ललित गवाने साहब ने।
सर ये जो आपका पावर पॉइंट के बाजू में जो विंडोज अपना ये वाला दिख रहा है, हाँ, और आइए बस ये नीचे नीचे, इसके नीचे आइए सर, नीचे थोड़ा सा, ये जो गोल वाला गूगल क्रोम वाला बटन है उस पर क्लिक कीजिए सर, नीचे, हाँ गूगल क्रोम पे। अब ये जो स्क्रीन है ना सर, जो मीट वाला बटन है उस पर क्लिक कीजिए। अब यहाँ से अनम्यूट वाला ये लाल जो माइक वाला बटन है उसको दबाइए, वापस आइए सर, हाँ इस पे क्लिक कीजिए। नहीं ये नहीं सर, क्लिक कीजिए, क्रोम वाले बटन पे क्लिक कीजिए। अभी ये वाला जो मीट वाला बटन क्लिक कीजिए एक बार।
सेठी साहब सिर्फ स्पेस बार दबाइए एक बार, तो ट्राई करो।
दबाइए सर, क्लिक कीजिए ना सर, उसके ऊपर, मीट के ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए, क्लिक कर दीजिए, बस इसके ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए।
स्वास्तिक एक बार ट्राई करो ना, एडमिन तो कर सकते हैं अनम्यूट।
सर हाँ ये वाले पे क्लिक कीजिए, हो गया। अब सर वापस ये नीचे जाइए, जो आपका क्रोम के बाजू वाला जो है ना अपना पावर पॉइंट वाला बटन, उस पर क्लिक कीजिए। हाँ नीचे ना बगल, नीचे आइए, अब राइट साइड पे जाइए, राइट साइड पे बस क्लिक कीजिए, वापस क्लिक कीजिए, प्रेजेंटेशन के ऊपर क्लिक कीजिए, बस छोड़ दीजिए, ऊपर आइए सर। अभी ये जो गूगल क्रोम खुला, इसका क्रॉस, बस ये अब नीचे जो आपको बताया ना कप वाला, वो कप वाले पे कीजिए। नहीं ऊपर सर, ऊपर और ऊपर आइए, साइड में आइए, हाँ इसके बगल वाला,
हाँ कप वाला है।
हाँ वो कप वाला था, उस पे करना, ठीक है चलिए। ये क्या, ये तो बुक जैसा आ गया।
But can you hear me?
Yes sir, we can hear you.
Okay, now you can start.
प्लीज स्टार्ट।
So my presentation is on fire services, first responder to oil gas fires on road. You know what happens is when some fire on a truck takes place on roadside somewhere, maybe a far off location, then police informs fire brigade, or the local company may inform their installation people But generally, at that time, persons who can really help are people who come from fire brigade. They bring their vehicles and fight the fire and control the crowd. For that purpose, police comes and other authorities come over there. Now, there are certain techniques which are to be used, certain tips I have used here in my presentation, which you would like to see. So this, of course, is showing the trucks. So I believe all of you are aware about these trucks. Maybe if you are not aware about their fittings and all that, they are very simple fittings. In this LPG is stored, pressure vessels are there, or maybe kerosene, diesel, petrol tanks in that pressure. Little fittings are little different from the main fittings. So these vehicles contain only one or two fire extinguishers and nothing else. So they themselves cannot extinguish the fire or control the fire. Only they can shut off the leakage to some extent. So I have listed some case studies, and these case studies we also presenting here. So sometimes on the roadside they go and they have to deliver product to even to some ration shop or small depot or some places, and suddenly fire takes place. If it is LPG, then the scene is different. If it is petrol, kerosene, diesel, then the scene is quite different from that. So when first responder goes over there, they have to know what the product is, what are its characteristics, how product will behave, what is its hazard, what are the hazards offered by product. If I throw water, will it catch fire or will it explode? Or if the vapor is coming out, it is heavier than air, it will settle down or it will go up. So basic qualities or characteristics of that product has to be known. And the oil company man comes over there, he can always explain that these are its properties and you handle it in this particular way. But what is required is, now I'll give you a simple example, a truck carrying MS is motor spirit. From the bottom leaked out, the leaking product has caught fire at the bottom. The fire is also on the ground. Then how that emergency has to be handled. Or if there is only leak, or if there is a leak and a fire also. I have seen actually a particular case when it was carrying kerosene in that truck. So when kerosene leaks, so people bring their buckets and drums, whatnot, to collect the kerosene or even petrol. They try to collect. At that time, somebody smokes, and in one case, it so happened the area was barricaded. I have written, barricade the area at 100 meters immediately all around. It should be barricaded. So some scooterist was there. He thought, I will pass through it. I'll go away. But the spark from the scooter ignited the whole thing. And generally, such type of fires are accompanied by multiple deaths because people who are collecting these things over there, or many people come to watch what is happening over there. So they get burned. Of course, do not allow any naked lights. Approach tank truck and underwater spray cover and close master valve to stop leak. So you have the fire engine and you have the water sprayer nozzles. The fog nozzle, you can approach that one. So on the truck, there is a master valve. Actually, that master valve can be operated from driver's cabin as well as in the rear of the truck, or in the middle of the truck, there is a master valve. So if that can be closed, and that can be closed only if there is no fire, but only leak is there, then the whole thing stops. Of course, if the fire is small, you can use DCP extinguisher to use the fire. If it becomes large fire, then we have to use foam lines from your fire engine to extinguish the flame. Simultaneously, the cooling of the tank should be there with water sprays. So whatever oil spills out of that, some may be unburnt, that has to be collected in a mud bund we can make around that to collect the spill. And then spill has to be put in barriers, containers, and after that, check the area for vapor accumulation. The vapor might have traveled some places, it might be lying unburnt. And secondary fire, it may start if somebody smokes there, or some scooter comes or car comes, it will click. So that vapor free should be checked with a detector, gas detector, that it is vapor free now, and then all clear signal with clearing the area. Now here is the different case. You can all hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Now this is a different case. It's a 12-ton gas LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, which is heavier than air and which is more devastating. It burns very rapidly, very quickly, and it can cause explosions. And the truck rolled over and started leaking on road. So vapors traveled to nearby field where a few hutments were there and caught fire. The fire jet impinged on the hutments, and those hutments caught fire. Actually, on one side of the road, the flame went it crossed couple of about 25-30 meters road and some kacha area and went and hit the hutments. And all those hutments caught fire. So when we reach there, we have to barricade the air, nobody else more come. Cooling. Whenever a gas leak takes place, the first step is close the valve if possible, shut the gas off. We should not shut the flame at all, because if we shut the flame, that vapor will travel further somewhere else. So close the valve, shut the gas coming out of this, effective cooling with water, start lot cooling with water, and evacuate. Evacuation is very important, and allow gas to burn out, still it can be extinguished. Actually, you cannot extinguish the LPG gas coming out of the bullet. We call it a bullet, a truck bullet. So the rest has to be left to burn out itself. So this is another case. Now, another was, there was LPG truck. You know what happens is LPG trucks follow a particular route. But sometimes the drivers, what they do, they take rest, they change the route and adopt a shortcut. So there was a rail bridge, subway rail bridge. The driver took the truck under the bridge, and on the top of the truck there is a safety wall which is protruding from the top shell. That protruding wall got stuck and sheared under the bridge. उससे टूट गया एकदम. And gas started to leak and reached nearby village and caught fire. There were many casualties due to burns. So the flame traveled anywhere, all around. And in this case also, the main precautions are barricade the area. All public nearby places has to be alarmed and evacuate. Cool the tank. Disperse gas cloud with water sprays. You don't have to use jet nozzles, you have to use spray nozzles. Because jet nozzle itself carries, small pieces of stones and whatnot, it may suck. So that may rub with each other and cause a spark. Provide height barriers on trucks, of course, that suggestion came. So on the top of the truck, you find height barriers so that when the truck is about to enter the subway, rail bridge, it stops. So that is a safety precaution. But fire has to be controlled by adopting these simple steps. Here is again a case of motor spirit spilling on the ground. There is no fire, only spill. In the case of spill of particularly kerosene or petrol, a lot of people gather around to collect those things, whether it's a railway tank wagon or a road tank truck. So in case of road tank truck, barricade, cordon off the area, divert traffic to alternate routes, allow no matches flame, no scooter to pass through, make a bund to stop product entering into drains and collect spilled oil. I have myself seen kerosene flowing, and water sprays are used to drain this kerosene right into the drain. allow it to go into the drain, because it will go into the drain and catch fire somewhere else. It is better to collect it in mud pandit, or these days people use floatable tanks also, plastic tanks, HDP tanks to collect. Then there are sorbent pads, booms to arrest the spillage. Those days are gone. When oil spills on the road or uske upar, you put sawdust or reta. Sawdust, never put it, because that itself forms a flammable mixture. So no sand. Sand of course will help, but it should be collected. It should not be allowed to get into the drains. Use water sprays to disperse vapor, because vapor will travel anywhere all around. So use water spray so that it is not in the flammability range. Fill water into the tank. Now this is another tank. If the lower flange, bottom flange is leaking, you allow water to enter at a rate more than the recharge rate from the flange. The water level will rise. So instead of oil, water will start coming down. This is a specialized technique which is used. Then there are leak seal pads, wooden plugs. Nowadays, if there is a hole even in the shell plate, you can put a leak seal pad and it arrests the leak. Or of course, the wooden plug you can put into the transfer product into a sound truck. Again, check vapor with a gas meter that it's not in the flammable range at that time. So this is another blavy. Now LPG, particularly these pressure vessels, whatever product is there, they have a boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion. So this is a typical characteristic. Say a truck is there, it is being heated by a jet flame from, and somewhere it comes. It gets overheated, it gets cooked actually, and then suddenly it opens up. So when it opens up, in this case it has happened, the front portion landed somewhere 500 meters away, rear portion was left there and was left somewhere else, and the middle portion. In 3 pieces it flew up. I have another slides for Mexico fire and our Shakur Basti plant fire, where these cylinders or these tanks lift like missiles. It has a missile effect. They land half a kilometer, 1 kilometer away. Near Ahmedabad railway station, from the truck, the cylinders lifted up one by one like a missile and landed near the station many years back. So it shows the LPG vessel exploded in 3 pieces. The dish end fell 250 meters away from central portion, and we itself found 650 meters away. No casualty, of course. In this case also, firefighting technique is cordon off area, water sprays, copious amount of water. Because LPG is impinging from bottom on the truck body. If that is there, then it may blavy. In one case, it has so happened, there was LPG truck on fire. In between, 2 cars came behind that, and 3rd car was there. So the dish end generally fly, front end and rear end. They are little weak joints, intentionally made weak joints. So rear end flew over the 2 cars and landed on the 3rd car, which caught fire. There was such a case in Shakur Basti in Delhi, where the installation was there. One truck was on fire, and a local fire officer came, and he was very educated. He told everybody, half a mile radius, please vacate. And police said, we will arrest you. You were making such a hue and cry about this thing. And ironically, the flame went up to the police station, and 2 police officers got burnt in that. Because hundreds of feet the flame can go, and vertically 300, 400 feet the flame can go up high. With a huge diameter of 20 feet, 30 feet diameter, flame can be for LPG. So evacuation of area And while fighting LPG container fires, our people, fire brigade people, should take care that they are not hit by those missiles, or they should take a cover and then use water monitors, jet sprays, or whatever it is. So this is a cylinder leak, home cylinder leak. In case the fire brigade comes, barricade the area, stop LPG by shutting cylinder wall. If this is not possible, move cylinder to safe outdoor location 20 meters away. Evacuate. Generally people, if cylinder some leakage there, our family members collect. No, what happened? So there will be multiple injuries if more people are there. So first thing is, if we can isolate it, I mean control the wall and close the leakage. Evacuate the cylinder to atmosphere under water spray if that has to be done. Now, to safeguard at the design stage, certain things have been taken care of by providing master valve for shutting the supply. That I was initially telling, that master valve can be used from the driver's cabin, from the rear of the vessel truck, from the middle of the vessels. There are levers with metallic fusible links put. They are under the body of the truck body, and they melt in case of fire, and automatically the valves shut up. There is a spark arrestor, of course, which will not allow spark to come out, and unburnt gas, it will not burn it. The drivers who drive such hazardous cargo are given a special driving license. It is marked over there. It is trained for this, given some training, practical training. And a tram car, the card is given, giving the pictorial representation of a hazard. You see, the vessel is going on road, far off location at night, some vapors come out. Once at 2 o'clock at night, I got a message that something is coming out, snow type or something like coming out. What it could be? Who can tell what it is? Whether it is chlorine or chemical or oil or gas. So these markings are put on the trucks so that but people who are firefighters, first responders, they understand it is flammable, or it is water reactive, or it will react with other chemicals, or is it poisonous? ऐसा नहीं हो जो anything you get, you put water on that is not a good sign. Just like in Bhopal gas thing, water was not to be put on that material. But water also creates more problem. Water, if you throw on LNG, our friend is sitting there, LNG expert, he knows whatever is freezing conditions, so we can't put water on those things. So cryogenic water will boil those things and cause explosions. So we learn from these signs whether this is reactive or flammable or toxic, whatever it is. So the fireman knows about it. So classification of hazards like explosives, flammable, oxidizing, poisonous is presented by these materials. So to summarize, move container from fire, applying cooling water, stay from ends of tanks. For massive fire in cargo area, use unmanned hose holder or monitor nozzles. Even holding a nozzle 15 meters away, you have to be there, or 30 meters. So, or long range nozzles, on the road you cannot bring it, but your vehicles may have. I believe the modern vehicles have these 60 meters, 100 meters, you can throw foam water. Withdraw immediately in case of rising sound from venting safety, because it can explode. And if the tank discoloring is there, it shows sound will come like steam coming from a cooker. Shut off ignition sources around. Stop leak if you can do it without risk. water spray may reduce vapor, but may not prevent ignition. You know, if you have a gas cylinder on fire, you throw it in sea, fire will not be out unless the gas is out. The best thing is to close the wall. Otherwise, of course, if you can use a DCP tender, if you bring, with that you can close the flame, but you should be able to close the leak also. Otherwise, that leak will spread to some other place and cause explosion somewhere. And if the liquid is coming out, create a dike around it and contain the liquid. So training, this is the first step in training of responder on oil gas fires. It is quite different. Fighting oil gas fire is quite different from wood fire, building fire. Of course, the technology, courage, everything is same, but little training is different. Of course, public has to be educated not to collect around, not to steal away the product, and evacuation plan. People should agree to run away and take refuge somewhere. And mutual aid. There are different oil companies. There are different, private fire brigades. All should, at that time, help each other. This is government, this is private, this is not mine, this is yours. Of course, the police authorities, they are also to be trained on this. What is the necessity of controlling the traffic at that time? Otherwise, people. So, united effort on this and training will help and reduce our road accidents with kerosene, diesel, petrol. Of course, with LNG, it's a new feature. So there are other presentations I have got on kerosene, diesel. They offer different type of hazard and techniques are little different. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, you're most welcome. Hello.
Any questions from participant?
Sir, Pranjal here. I have one question.
Hanji.
The previous slide, you show that withdraw in case sound is coming out of from rising sound.
Yeah.
This sixth number point.
Yeah. On
Withdraw immediate.
that truck, on that there is a safety wall.
Okay.
So when the pressure inside the container increases, so safety wall lifts. Inside there is a spring-loaded safety wall. That thing lifts, and gas it gushes out of that. So it makes some sound. So that is an indication that it may explode. It's not necessarily it will definitely explode, but it may explode. So
Okay.
keep yourself at a distance at that time.
Okay.
My submission on this point, Seth is that is a safety valve pop-up mechanism. In case of fire situation or before fires, these devices are meant for pop-up in case of excess pressure. So sometime after pop-up of this type of valve, firefighters is being called and we need to apply some water spray to reduce the temperature of the vessel tanker, so later on the maintenance team can reset this pop-up valve. So I am having a different opinion on this point because we have recently faced the LPG tanker topple incident. 2 tanker topple incident in last 2 years we have faced, and in one case there is a safety valve pop-up while running the vehicle, and we have been called. We have cordon off the area, control of ignition sources taken care. Later on, water spray started on the shell, and rotometer we have checked the pressure is reducing, and then the maintenance team has started resetting of that pop-up valve. So that is a difference of opinion in between you and me. I don't know what you want to say, but I have shared my practical experience to you, sir.
See, what you are saying is very right. What I was trying to say is, when the noise starts coming from the wall, it shows that pressure inside is rising abnormally, so the fireman should keep himself away. Now the problem what you are saying is also very right. What actually happens is these pressures, these safety valves are many times not tested as per the schedule which is given by PISO. So in that case, what happens is uska jo spring tension, whatever it is there, some problem comes in that, or there is some dust or some blockage takes place in the safety valve. So they may rise, but they will not sit down. So that is a maintenance problem. So, but my point was little different. What I was saying, if the noise is coming from the safety valve, it is an warning that the tank may explode. But by cooling it and all that is not the correct way, as you are very rightly saying. It has to be done by maintenance people and regular check. I don't know, once in a year, once in 5 years, they check it with nitrogen. The pressure setting is okay or not. So that is very important.
Sir, but
Sir, is this related to the baffle plate that is fixed on the valve?
I am not expert on maintenance.
Sir, this
I-
is a safety valve pop-up. That is a inbuilt design safety, process safety. Why this safety valve is provided? In case of pressure will build up in anyhow condition, its function is to release it to maintain the pressure inside the container that is there. It is a inbuilt design safety mechanism. So
That's right. That's very right.
so in case such type of noise is coming, so it is not like that this tank is going to be explode. It is venting out his internal pressure, vapor pressure. Whenever this equilibrium maintain, it will automatically got settled down. If not got settled down, then we need to take maintenance team help. But in case of fire conditions, suppose there is a fire and surrounding area, this type of pop-up take place, and then there is a critical problem because we are in the situation of believing if we are not able to control the surrounding fire of that particular tanker, because this external heat will allow the internal liquid to get vaporized as fast in high volume, but the safety device may not able to release the vapor pressure as per the quantity which is generating inside the vessel. So in that situation, problem will be different. Yeah, next
Yeah.
question please.
Yeah. The explanation given by, what's your name, sir? What's your name?
My name is Dr. Rakesh Chaturvedi, Adani Port Mundra.
Yeah. Your explanation is very, very right. And it is excellent.
May I ask,
Thank you. Next question.
Rakesh ji,
Sir,
my
बोलिए
question is from you.
बोलिए शेख साहब.
Amike Malik.
यस सॉरी मलिक साहब गड़बड़ हो गया आज.
कोई बात नहीं. My question is that is there any mandate in the PESCO guidelines to have a certification of all the valves, all the safety devices of a tanker?
Yes sir, there is a guideline and each and every tanker और जो उसका supplier है जहाँ वो supply के लिए filling के लिए जा रहा है, he need to produce this all certificate at the entrance of the gate, as well as per OISD 144 there is a checklist also before allowing such tankers which are meant to carry LPG gases or propane or butane gases. Their security team will check all these checkpoints with tanker which are related to integrity of that tank, physical condition, availability of fire extinguisher, fire training of that driver, and all document trim card and all the things they check. Later on, inside entering that particular premises, there is a second check of layer before entering or before refilling. Few precautionary checkpoints are there, like first of all in case of propane or butane, how to minimize the static current hazard. So there is a provision, they need to make earthing bonding with auto shut off mechanism. If somebody forgot to apply this, the system will not allow to fill the gas inside this tanker. Second thing is to off the master switch before filling. Driver should be remain outside the tanker with wheel chocks will be placed. So later on continuously the process safety parameters will be checked. This is the mechanism I am sharing. We are following here Asia's largest LPG terminal we are having at Mundra.
Good.
Am I clear, Sheikh Malik sir? Or
Yes, you are very much clear, but how religiously these all certifications are followed with respect to other organization or other tankers or canters?
sir, I have seen lot of means such type of activity in different location and different organization. This is religiously followed, but practically I can't give assurance, or nobody can give you assurance that because certificate is there, somebody has done this activity. If they are coming with fake certificate, then we can't say anything. Like driver are driving trailer tankers, they are having a driving license, but whether it is fake license, actual license, how he has get, it is a matter of means you can say the agency who is looking for how they are going to manage all the things.
So in this regard, I would like to suggest one thing. When we have a provision
Yeah.
just for the just for the protection of the first responders, we have a provision to display the signage of the chemical on the tanker itself.
Yeah, there
Can't
is.
we have a table also?
Yes, sir, there is a- sir, there is
for
a-
certificates and
Sir, each and every hazardous chemical tanker, already there is a provision and they do follow the you can say emergency control panel, emergency information panel, as well as NFPA diamond hazard code or coding and decoding procedure, where it clearly mentioned that in case of fire what firefighter need to do. It is specifically mentioned in each and every such hazardous chemical carrying containers, because we are dealing in this business also. So
no, Rakesh ji,
yeah.
that is okay. I know all these things.
Yeah,
I have attended a lot of calls also in this regard.
yeah, so you might
But
be
my
fine there,
suggestion-
but in some cases there might be
My,
deviation.
I just want to suggest one more thing.
Yeah, please.
All the certifications required under the mandate, under the rules, we shall also have a chart for that printed on the or painted on the tanker itself when this was last done, when it is due.
Yeah, it is
That
a
will
good
solve
suggestion.
certain problems.
It is a good suggestion, and I have not seen, but in static tanks, that is comes under the SMPV. It is the
static
same
it is
system
there.
is there, but
Static
in
it is there.
tankers, I have to check whether
Yes.
last tested.
No, it is not there.
Yes, I need to check it out, because in a
It is
real
not there on the mobile. In the mobile tankers,
Yeah.
it is not there. On static, it is there. I know.
Yeah.
But if it will be there, then it will be helpful in certain situations where a first responder
Because,
is the scene.
Yes, there is a two concept of testing. Sometimes what happen, these tankers are being converted for different chemical also. That's why these suppliers are playing such type of activity. Suppose the tanker which is handling toxic chemical, the hydro testing frequency will be differ to the tanker which is transporting the flammable liquid. So there are two type of hydro testing, 3 year or 5 year. So in way they are playing similarly for cryogenic they can't play, so they need to mention cryogenic gases handling the tankers, but other chemicals and tanker they do these things. You are right. If it is there, they need to mark and it should be clearly written, visible. Then it will be a good thing for the emergency response team as well as the community people.
Rakesh ji, you yourself reached the bottom of the line where I want to take you.
Yeah, I have already agree with you on this point.
It's a very nice description given by Dr. Saab on this one. I worked for, in the US, I had worked for some fire brigade people for a couple of months. See, there at each fire station, the phone number, truck number of such hazardous chemicals is there. And it gives a hazcam or hazard of all such products. So whenever in a truck a spill takes place or accident takes place, so these people, the first responder reaches there and he has in his hand that information, what it has, what are the hazards offered by this. So unfortunately we do not have this, but we have on our trucks this type of system. But on that you find sometimes the paint has gone or something, is not clearly visible. So those problems are there. There is a good procedure for testing all these safety valves. Earlier on the storage tank, the safety valves used to be removed and taken to the workshop. Now in situ testing has started by PISO office. Now how much is reliability? We have to trust everything is done according to the regulation. But there may be deviations in this, which we cannot comment. But there may be, certainly. Any other questions, sir?
Any questions from participant, please?
I would like to add something with strategy talk. With respect to US, they are having a system with respect to information of all such tankers and all that. In some countries, even if you go to Japan, you will find out whenever a fire call is received, the crew mounted on the vehicle and on the tab fixed on their vehicle, they get all the information with respect to the building, the evacuation routes, the media, what is to be used, what is not to be used, a lot of information they received in between on the way. So they are much far ahead than us. We cannot compare ourselves from them, but what we can do at least, suppose a moving risk is there. Tanker is basically, all these tankers are moving risk. So when this risk is there and it is moving, at least we can do this thing, all the certifications can be listed and their dates can be mentioned when it is done, so that in case of any emergency, when we reach there, we already know due to the HCAM sign, we already know what is this, what we have to do. But in certain situations, we want to also know whether we should act like that or not, because the tanker is safe or not. That is the main question arise in our mind when we reach such situations.
Yeah, Malik sir, it's a very good thing you have shared. I want to add on this point. We are having a system, whenever such chemicals are coming to the port, before landing to our port, there is a document what type of chemical, how it is going to stack, compatibility chart. As per this compatibility chart, like earlier सेठी साहब told that कुछ chemical ऐसे होते हैं जिन पे पानी नहीं मारा जाता, तो वो वाटर रिएक्टिव है या किस तरह का है, उस तरह का उसको स्टैकिंग के टाइम पे ध्यान रखा जाता है. और सिस्टम जनरेटेड एक मेल आता है स्टैकिंग, पहले आता है फायर कंट्रोल रूम को कि किस कंटेनर टर्मिनल एरिया में कौन से केमिकल कौन सी रो में कंटेनर के नंबर के साथ में कहाँ किस तरह का स्टैक है, उसका नंबर रहता है. और सेकंड थिंग क्या है, इन केस ऑफ एनी इमरजेंसी, बिफोर रेस्पॉन्डिंग टू इमरजेंसी वी विल गेट इन्फॉर्मेशन ये टैंकर किसका है, हमारा है, IOCL का है या किसी और का है. वो इन्फॉर्मेशन जब हमको मिल जाती है, वी आर हैविंग ए सॉफ्टवेयर इन मोबाइल, ईच एंड एवरी फायर टीम इज हैविंग ए ERG 2020 सॉफ्टवेयर. उसका नंबर तुरंत डालते हैं। नंबर डालने के बाद उसका SDS आ जाता है, आजकल सेफ्टी डाटा शीट बोलते हैं उसको, पहले मटेरियल सेफ्टी डाटा शीट बोलते थे। उसमें पूरा आपको पता चल जाता है इसका हैजार्ड्स क्या है, फायर फाइटिंग हेल्थ हैजार्ड क्या है, फायर फाइटिंग का क्या एक्शन प्लान होगा, कंपेटेबल एक्सटिंग्विशिंग मीडिया क्या होगा, और इवैक्यूएशन कितने एरिया में करना है। तो ये सारी जानकारी ऑन द वे हमारा इनिशियल टीम ले लेती है। उसके बाद भी ऑन स्पॉट पहुंचने के बाद एक लास्ट चेक और किया जाता है। अगर टर्मिनल के अंदर है तो वो इस तरह का है, अगर बाहर है तो फिर जो हम इनिशियली चल रहे हैं टर्मिनल से इंफॉर्मेशन लेके वो फाइनल होती है, क्योंकि हमने ही डिस्पैच किया है वो। तो जब टर्मिनल पे पहुंचते हैं तो वहाँ साइट शिफ्ट सुपरिटेंडेंट रहता है, उससे पूछा जाता है कि ये जो सुबह आपका सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ड जो अलर्ट आया था मेल, उसके हिसाब से ये केमिकल है, हमारा ERG ये बोल रहा है, आपका इसका एक्चुअल MSDS डॉक्यूमेंट क्या बोलता है। देन दे विल गाइड अस एज पर देयर अवेलेबल MSDS इन सिस्टम अपलोडेड, दे सी यस दिस इज MSDS and it is matching to your action plan. Then we start this action plan. In such situation where sometime it happen कि आपको वहाँ पहुँचने के बाद कोई आदमी नहीं मिला, या MSDS में डिले हो गया, या कंटेनर किसी पार्टी का था उससे लाने में टाइम लग रहा है, then we will apply as per our SOP which is defined. So that is there. For outside it is same. We have prepared a quick response team, role and responsibility is defined, but you have told that in abroad there is a vehicles fitted on these things, so we are also working on that. Tabs are being fitted on our vehicles, GPS is there, so it is a willpower of the individual who can go any beyond. Sky is unlimited, as you have told, because such type of good sharing like you have shared, it is always being a beneficial to the people who has never seen such type of thing, and the people who are using these things, how they can develop or go more beyond these things. So thank you very much, Malik sir, for sharing this. Any question? Yeah, you want to say something, Malik sir?
Yeah, I want to add one thing.
Yeah, Malik sir.
I just want to say why these important are so important to a first responder. Nowadays, you see, we lost one of our driver in this due to this. You see, lot of vehicles are converted from petrol to CNG.
Yeah.
But there is no mandate to display on the vehicle that it is fitted with a CNG cylinder. And we got a call in a Omni van, and our crew was attending that fire call, and they were extinguishing the fire in anticipation that this is a petrol vehicle. However, after some time, the container burst, the CNG cylinder burst, and the splinter took the life of our driver.
Oh
That's
my.
why I just want to say these all informations which are displayed on moving risk is became important to a first responder. This is
Yeah.
my submission.
It's a very important and very rightly you have said. It is a, as per our constitution, right to know information, as well as per the hazard communication. It is mandatory to know each and every person while transporting these type of hazardous chemical. There is a defined route, permission from the respective government official. Even though sometimes such type of malfunction happened, like you have shared. So we need to be very, very cautious, have a double check, triple check before acting such type of thing. RC Sharma sir is looking on to ask some question to
Yeah,
RC Sharma
just
sir.
yeah. See, this Abhilash has mentioned that that yes, for a first responder, these things are very essential. But nowadays we have got so much of advancement that the cows and dogs, they can be having a some GPS thing is fitted somewhere, and we can trace them if they are missing. Now, this especially all the vehicles. I mean, the GPS is again there. I mean, you are sitting in a car, and your position is tracked all over, and they guide you to the right place. Now, using that sort of facilities, GPS, I mean, maybe Google system, can't we make this essential that all the trucks and this carrying hazardous chemicals, I mean, it's mandatory for them that they get a specific sort of a preference over this thing, and ma'am, that is logged with the Google if they because they are moving on the road and something happens somewhere, there is a traffic jam because of something, then they are also knowing that something like that is moving on the road. So I think because the technology is available, which is commonly being used all over, I think something can be brought in like this when tankers or hazardous things, they are moving on the road as a tanker, and from one area to other maybe. So some sort of this can be brought in, because this is as certainly we had incidents where people in the fire brigades, by the time they reach there, the tanker is on fire and everything is written as gone because of heat. They can't read anything. People have run away from there. So in that situation, they try to do whatever they can, and so to avoid, they can deal it properly, and they are most important thing is they should know what they are handling. If that is they are aware of, then the problems can be avoided. So now using that technology, maybe the tankers which are moving on road, pressure tankers or whatever is this, we may have a lot of guidelines and regulations for the testing, and that's okay. But now, if something goes wrong with some tanker, then people who are getting out or running out from there, if they got some facility so that they communicate something and it goes to their local fire station or maybe to the company, which can in turn, because they know their location, they can communicate what is it and what all to the control room nearby or in that area. I think something can be just worked out like this. Isn't it possible, Mr. Sethi?
That's a good idea. And you know, these days LNG tankers, they are converting to oxygen. Can you imagine that?
No, that's okay. I don't find any problem in that. Provided.
If it is contaminated and all that, from health
No.
point of view,
In
of course, it's not a part of this subject.
No, Mr.
This
Sethi,
subject.
procedure, you have to purge it, whatever number of times with whatever air or whatever is required. So that's okay.
They pump in.
Here when it
who
comes
has
to
approved this process, of course. But who is going to monitor and all that? There is a lot of things required, of course. Anyway,
the thing is that way. No, this is a situation, emergency, and something is required because people are dying because of that. So we try to do something, and that's okay. So long as we are not going beyond some safety, we are not safety parameters allow that, I think there is no problem. But yes, that purging and all that with the proper gas, there's a very much necessary here. That's we can't really create a problem with that. But I think yes, we
see, I have a presentation where under the LPG truck, people are cooking. You know, under the shade, they want shade. You know, it's so hot some places outside the refinery. The driver, helper, दो तीन लोग, they are sitting. चाय बना रहे हैं उसके नीचे.
I see this personally. When I went to as DI Fire Service, I went to Baroda, and one of the HPCL plant, there was hundreds of tankers, LPG tankers lined up, and 2-3 places below that I saw that, and the officer was there. I mentioned to them, what is that? So they are empty, but it's not empty in that sense. I mean, so that way, I mean, this is what very common. So again, becomes awareness to the drivers and operators. I mean, there's again that shows that lack of awareness on that part.
Yes, safety in practice is different.
And in addition to that point,
Sethi
conversion.
sir,
Yeah, please,
Sethi sir, ये stop sharing वाला बटन दबा दीजिए.
कौन सा?
Stop sharing लिखा हुआ दिख रहा है ना?
Okay, all the best. Thanks a lot for hearing me patiently.
नहीं सर, आप
नहीं,
इधर ही
आप-
रहेंगे, खाली
आप
स्टॉप शेयरिंग
रहिए।
कीजिए. आप उससे जाइए मत, खाली स्टॉप शेयरिंग कीजिए. वो जो आपका प्रेजेंटेशन है वो बंद होगा.
आप
बात
लाइन
है।
पे सेठी
आप
साहब
मत चाहिए.
आप लाइन पे बने रहिए सेठी साहब, इतनी जल्दी नहीं छोड़ेंगे.
बस, अभी आप लाइन पे ही हैं, सर, आप
प्रेजेंटेशन को बंद कर दीजिए, क्योंकि प्रेजेंटेशन
हो गया,
आपका
सर,
बहुत
presentation-
छोटा था, इसलिए अभी आपको लंबा पकड़ेंगे. या
हाँ,
आपका
presentation
प्रेजेंटेशन
बंद
बड़ा
हो
होता
गया,
तो
सर,
आपको कम
presentation बंद हो
पकड़ते.
Now, one more thing I can just add on that, because we have some seminars long back, and one gentleman fire officer from USA again, Texas, he was there. It was in one of the seminars in Delhi in 1994. I still remember that, and I was very much convinced with this one of this understanding that we in the fire department, after we put on the khaki uniform or things like that, we think nothing is going to happen to us, and unnecessary heroics. When we know that the tanker is burning, is already on fire, don't try to do something funny which can put your life in danger. So that was his view, and I agreed with this. I mean, but then again, depends on if we are able to assess the situation, that it can happen like this. And those people who are in the on the maybe oil sector, handling these things, they will be aware of these risks. But a person from the local fire service, he might not have seen this type of thing happening anywhere earlier, and he may end up in approaching the tank as normally they do for other fires. So this sort of thing is also necessary for all other fire officers near the highways, and when something goes wrong and they are first attender, first responder, I think that is very much necessary for them to know about these things.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah, like Sethi sir said, the conversion of cryogenic tankers to oxygen, it is done, but most of the emergency responder till date might be not aware what is the effect of this change management. So that is a concern of communication, and training. Again, such type of things in crisis situation happen, and such type of decision for the entire humanity need to take. But we need to get aware it. That is the reason. Anybody, Neeraj, you want to ask some question?
No, sir. Not as of now.
Anybody? I think Swastik Lalit sir is there, or he has left. Lalit Gawane sir is there. Yeah,
I'm
Amit,
also there.
Mr. Rakesh,
sir.
I am here, but I have no question to ask.
Okay, sir. Thank you to hear you because you are in this group. That's why we are saying that you are listening. That is a good for us.
Yes. Because nowadays we are working from home, so I log into your program whenever I have time. And also I keep doing my work.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely.
आप दिल्ली में थे?
Any questions?
मैं पूछ
Anybody?
रहा आपसे, आप दिल्ली में थे पहले? दिल्ली?
मैं दिल्ली में नहीं था. I am in Mumbai. I am Director General of National Safety Council.
I was also on board of National Safety Council for 8 years.
Okay.
National Safety Council board.
Which year was that?
हाँ जी.
Which year was that?
बहुत पुराना हो गया, मैं देख के बताता हूँ.
अच्छा. कोई बात नहीं. Okay. Thank you, Sethi ji. No, it was.
गुप्ता जी के जमाने में.
अच्छा, गुप्ता जी के जमाने में. Okay, गुप्ता जी तो रिटायर हो गए.
I was not nominated as elected member for 8 years, 4 plus 4.
Elected. Okay, elected. Right. गुप्ता जी तो रिटायर हो गए. हाँ, 10-12 साल हो गए गुप्ता जी को रिटायर हो गए.
Yeah, Amit.
You came from L&T.
No, I am not from L&T. Okay, I am not from L&T. I came from ITC.
अच्छा, okay.
So now I am occupying Gupta ji's chair.
Great.
This is Gupta chair.
Great.
Yeah, any questions from
L&T जो
participant?
है वो हमारे चेयरमैन है, बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स के चेयरमैन होते हैं ना, तो L&T के चेयरमैन, he is also chairman of National Safety Council. Chairman of board of governors.
हम तो बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर ही थे, चेयरमैन तो नहीं थे.
हाँ, बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स में
चेयरमैन एक बार अनिल अंबानी
was also chairman.
साहब चेयरमैन थे.
आनंद महिंद्रा जी थे, अनिल अंबानी जी थे, के बिरला थे, कुमार मंगलम बिरला, ये सब लोग चेयरमैन रह चुके हैं. हाँ, काफी पुराने. बाद में लास्ट चेयरमैन was मिस्टर सतीश रेड्डी के बाद अभी SN सुब्रमण्यम आए हुए L&T में. ये 3 साल की टर्म होती है इनकी.
हाँ जी. Good, nice to meet.
Thank you, Sethi ji. Thank you so much. चलो भाई, thank you so much. Good.
आपका अप्रैल में वो होता था ना दिल्ली में सेमिनार, इस बार तो हुआ नहीं
तो ये तो कोरोना ही हट नहीं रहा, तो यही ना.
We missed that, yes.
कोरोना बोलता है सेमिनार करो ना. सभी कुछ ऑनलाइन ही करो. तब तो
हैप्पी एंड सेफ लाइफ.
जी.
पर निर्भर है.
हाँ जी, सब आत्मनिर्भर हो गए. शर्मा जी, रात में बात करूंगा आपसे, कुछ बात करनी है आपसे फोन पे थोड़ा. आशीष शर्मा साहब, I'll call in the evening. चलो, thank you. Okay, bye.
Yeah, please, any question about this session from anybody?
Question, Rakesh, I was trying to say, you said
Yes, sir,
changing
please.
cryogenic
Please go ahead.
nitrogen to oxygen.
Yes,
See,
sir.
because both pressure requirement and critical temperature both is same, around maybe around same range. So because the safety aspect from that side is not varying that much. Yes, safety as regards changing nitrogen to oxygen. Otherwise, may be different. But I was feeling, there is no reason to really be very scared on this change, except maybe yes, because you have to write there in place of nitrogen, liquid oxygen, and maybe color coding also you have to change, or you are not doing, you are doing temporarily. So there are difficulties. But otherwise, technically, I don't find much of problem. Nobody has been able to explain to me what are the technical problems in doing that.
No, sir. What I want to say on this entire context, whatever we are doing change, it is there is no issue. But we need to take such approval like PESO, CCOE. That is the main concern. Nothing to do with this change. We can do it like cryogenic, like they are
सर
doing cryogenic.
चतुर्वेदी सर,
Yes.
ये एक अभी सर्कुलर पेसो का और उसका आया है ना सर, एक सर्कुलर के इफ यू आर चेंजिंग कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं आप सीएनजी टू ऑक्सीजन या उसका कर रहे हैं, तो पूरा मेथोडोलॉजी और पूरा बताया हुआ है उस सर्कुलर के अंदर.
हाँ, वो
हाँ, है.
मैंने शेयर किया था, वो मैंने शेयर किया था.
इसका है.
वो पैसों का है, मैंने ही शेयर किया था.
Yeah, correct.
So any question related to today's session? Anybody who is looking for to ask any question, or we can say sign off for today?
We can sign off.
So Swastik, I think nobody is interested to have a question on this petrochemical issue.
I think Mr. Hitesh Sombansi has some questions.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Sombansi, ask your question. What you want to say?
He messaged me, that's fine. No issue. Is there any questions from participants?
Not there. We can call it off. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. And Sethi sir, thank you very much for your
Thank
nice
you very much for giving me opportunity.
to all participants
I
for
would-
making fire
I'm
safe Bharat,
always ready to help your
oil and gas fire emergency response management. Thank you R.C. Sharma sir, Malik sir, Dr. Rakesh sir, Dubey sir, all respected fire officers, specialists, experts in this session for making fire safe Bharat. Thank you all very much.
What is the golden line, Swastik, for today?
But Sethi sir will speak on this.
good luck.
Sethi sir, what is your golden suggestion for this session? For oil and gas fire emergency response, what is your golden suggestion as per your experience?
You are asking me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you are the guest today.
Hope for the best.
नो सर, ये मजा नहीं आया इस सेंटेंस में. होप फॉर द बेस्ट तो बहुत सालों से सुनते आ रहे हैं हम. कुछ नया बताइए सर.
What we
शर्मा
can say-
शर्मा सर कुछ कहने वाले हैं. आप भी बोल सकते हैं. शर्मा साहब आप भी बोल सकते हैं. फाइनल क्लोजर कमेंट.
Very nice picture behind you. I think it's a modern in March Victorian firefighter, right?
Yeah, it's a nice
Very nice,
picture.
very nice.
I got a postcard from UK while I was
Yeah.
and I made here in Delhi by one school teacher. He made
Very
it.
good. It's a historical picture, Victorian firefighter rescue operations.
So the one liner would be
Swastik, the punchline of the hydrocarbon oil and gas fire is
Ji Umesh ji, Reliance Fire Chief, please.
easy to ignite, difficult to fight.
Yeah, it's a nice to hearing you, उमेश खंडालकर सर. इतने से नहीं छोड़ेंगे, कुछ और भी बोलिए सर. पंच लाइन तो आपने
नहीं,
सही
हो गया
पंच किया है. पंच तो सही किया है. लेकिन जब आप आए तो थोड़ा बहुत हमें आपकी तरफ से भी ज्ञान की जरूरत है सर. थोड़ा बहुत. Please have a few minutes.
Hey Rakesh, I think Mr. Sethi has aptly put it all the requirements of the transport related emergency response.
Yeah, sir.
This is transport emergency is basically a public industry interface. As long as your hazard is within the industry boundary, it is safe. This is the one transport emergency which goes through the public domain and it gets associated with the civil fire services as well as the general public. And any emergency in such scenario, it is a lot of life safety is also involved because of the not awareness of this risk to the general public. Like Sethi Saab has mentioned one or two, the people immediately gather near the accident site. general response should be the people should evacuate from the accident site, but you will see the reverse.
Yeah,
People come with,
that's very true.
people come over and collect for some kind of containers to collect some whatever is there in their hand. That adding more risk. And one important point for as far as the hydrocarbon fire is concerned, dangers of static electricity. Static electricity was most dangerous phenomena without any external ignition source. You immediately get a spark and then the things goes in flames within no time. I think it was session very knowledge sharing good one, and it has a very good practical approach and practical application. He has shared his all 40-45 years experience within shortest time.
Thank you, Umesh. Nice to
Yeah.
hear you after a long time.
Yeah, I remember we met a long time at Jamnagar. It's a long time now. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
It was a
bye.
very good session, and I would like to appreciate Swastik, Neeraj, and Rakesh for your good initiatives. Somehow I could not make it during your previous sessions owing to my working time. But today I was very specific that I said, okay, come what may, I would be there. Thanks a lot and well done.
Thank you very
Good luck
much,
to you
Umesh
for
Khandalkar
future.
sir, for your motivational word. And from my side, control of ignition source is the key for hydrocarbon fire. We can prevent these fire are preventable if we manage to control of ignition sources. So thank you very much, Umesh Khandalkar sir, R.C. Sharma sir, Lalit Gavane sir, and Sethi sir, and all participants. I am not able to sing their name, but hope and conveying our best regard to all participants and our seniors. And now finally, Swastik, vote of thanks from your side to all seniors.
Already given.
Already given. So okay. So thank you
Already
very much.
given. Last.
We will meet again with such type of new interaction and new personality. Learning it will be keep on, and we will stick on this time only 16 hours, so that nobody can miss this session, and it will be probably on each Saturday instead of continuously we are doing that. So we have decided to go only with Saturday. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Harshini madam, do you want to speak something on oil and gas fire emergency?
Yeah,
ONGC?
please go ahead, Ashni.
Sir, it was a really very nice session, and everybody knows that उड़न में एक फायर हुआ था सर 2018 में 3 सितंबर को. तो it was a major fire. My baby, so my baby is got up.
No issue. We can manage 2 lady firefighter.
So there was a major fire on 3rd September, and ignition from fire vehicle was one of the cause of that fire. So it was very knowledgeable session, sir. And one sir shared one process of motor spirit leakage. That in that case we can induce water into the tank. That sounds very interesting, sir. Can you put little oil, light on it, if sir is there?
So, okay, thank you very much, Harshni. And anybody want to speak?
सर इसका जो ये व्हाट हर्षिनी स्पीकिंग कि उसके अंदर जो पानी डालना है टैंकर के अंदर, अगर टैंकर के फ्यूल में नीचे से अगर उसका वाल दिया जहां से पेट्रोल निकल रहा है, और इन केस अगर वो वाल पे फायर है और कुछ है, तब ऊपर से पानी डालते हैं, बिकॉज वाटर विल सेटल डाउन, तो नीचे से पानी निकलेगा. सेम केस ये एलपीजी के कप में हुआ है, ये व्हाट वी हैव डन. बट ये जो आप बोल रहे हो पानी का यूज करके पेट्रोल जो एमएस है, एमएस इज नथिंग मोटर स्पिरिट, दैट इज द पेट्रोल. तो अदर एक्सपर्ट remarks if they want to speak on this.
Neeraj, this is a standard practice of converting the hydrocarbon leak to the water leak.
Correct, sir. This is what I mean to say. Harshit was asking same. She was in that query.
Okay, so any leakages from the tanker, you have to inject the water so that the liquid, hydrocarbon liquid which is coming out, the water will push the lighter hydrocarbon to a level from where the leak is starting, and the rate of leakage has to be compensated by the water pumping inside the tank. This is by and large accepted and a standard practice for buying the time. It is not a permanent solution, it is a buying a time. In the meanwhile, you arrange for the product transfer to some other safe place.
Umesh, what you are saying is very right. We had a case in Ludhiana. It was a vertical 220 kiloliter tank, and those days, some rockets were fired at that tank. There was a flame on the top, and there was a flame at the bottom. From the bottom flange, oil was leaking. It was ATF, aviation fuel. So ultimately, what we did was we pushed in water from the bottom at a rate faster than the rate of ATF coming out. So it increased its level, so that bottom fire got out, and then we extinguished the top fire. But under very careful under supervision, it has to be done. What you are saying is, it is a method, standard method used.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, sir. So today we are signing off for this session. We will meet again. Thank you very much. Good night. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.